Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo and welcome to Thrifty Thursday. So I've got quite a book haul today. So there's a couple things. Like I went to one of my favorite book sales, and also one of our local libraries has to change locations temporarily, which is, I think, an incredible feat for a library. So they're clearing out a few things. So yeah, more books than normal probably, but I'm not sad about that because they are some lovely books. So let's get started. So I'm a huge fan of Edgar A. Guest poetry, and this book called Mother I thought was so beautiful. I would probably put something different here and obviously make it a larger spine when I use it, but it's just a gorgeous cover and it's a lovely old book. You could even do some kind of like a mother themed journal. It's from 1925. And it just has these lovely headers in, black, purple, and orange. And it's just poetry about mothers. So, pretty little book. And then this one I thought was funny. The Collected Blurtings of Baxter. And I loved the cover, like the image on the cover. I just like the illustration style. So I don't really know what this is all about. Who Baxter is. But it's like a comedy type book from 1993 by Glenn Baxter. I don't know the story of him, but I do quite enjoy these illustrations. This tree with the arm. Okay, we're not going to read that. It's a little cheeky, but some cool like images. Yeah. It's a little cheeky. We won't be reading it. And then I found this book. Okay, I have no clue what it is. I just saw the cover, and all I could think of was just someone saying, "Oh, me." So I don't know what this book's about. But let me see. Oh, me, Mississauga Campsite to Ontario Village. It is actually signed by the author in gold pen, which is cool. It's from 2000, and I guess Omimi was, or it's 1960, no, 2000, second printing. It's, I guess like one of those like township history kind of books about like settlement and that sort of thing. But yeah, I really just thought it would be a really great journal. This book I also bought for the cover. This is Aloysius Horn and Waters of Africa, but like it's got this really nice cover, and it's an older book. Let's see when it's from. The Life and Works of Alfred Aloysius Horn. MCMXXIX. Okay, so 1929? Am I right? I'm trying to remember my Roman numerals. I'm so awful. Okay, but yeah, cool book nonetheless. And then I got a copy of Bleak House, Charles Dickens, Volume 2. This is a pretty green book. I mean, I don't usually buy these collection type books, but I'm a huge fan of green books. 1875. So yeah, it's a pretty book. I mean, it's seen better days, definitely. And this one, Country Poems, compiled by Caroline Foley. And it's poems and really pretty pictures. A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. Lots of nice poetry and images. In this book, or books, Le Bon Chanson. So, very nice, like, music book. And I really fell in love with it because it's just so pretty. It's from 1938. And it just has these, like, this is Vive la Canadienne. Vive la Canadienne. Yeah. Just very pretty, like, pages of music. This one I assume is the same. I didn't even realize it was 2 books. I only looked at the top one. $19.38. That's pretty. The butterfly, the the Voyage of the Butterfly, Papillon Tout Voyage. So those. And then I was happy I found another little copy of Trees, the Golden Guide to Trees. I've used so many pages of my existing copy of this, it's almost completely gone. And this is just a really nice little field guide. It is from 1956. And it's just a pretty little tree field guide. My other copy is hardcover. I found this pretty book called A Book of Lilies. It's a white, big white book. 1988, and it's like nice big illustrations of lilies and then the information about them on the other side. Okay, so let me just, actually I'll go through the rest of what I found here. Special People to Remember. So this book was 75 cents. It's like a book of basically like envelopes in really pretty paper, and it's got like a few of these kind of pages, and then for each month it has a flower and a poem of some kind, or a verse, and it's an envelope on a steno pad. So January, February, like you would keep things from each month that you wanted to remember in these pockets, and you could write here if you wanted to. The only writing in it was here, PEI, Postcard from Carol. So yeah, I thought it was quite pretty. And the verses are nice, like Daisy. I still enjoy their strong and simple beauty and their happy scent of childhood. You know, just pretty little book. And then this one, Roses. 119 illustrations. It's got that beautiful cover. That itself would just be a nice book. It's matte. Nice journal itself. It's from 1962, and it's mostly like kind of a mix, but it has lots of these kind of images. And it's kind of like a history book of roses and just beautiful images. It smells like a library. I did get some non-book things, but I got lots of books. I have a few more after this to show you. Let me just empty out this bag. Okay, so I got this, I needed a new plastic ruler because I can't find my thicker tearing ruler. So I'm like, okay, so I found this one, and I'm gonna crack it up and make it into a tearing ruler. I can't seem to find mine. I don't know where it went. I found this book, not for journaling, just for reading. The Virago Book of Women Gardeners. And I thought that would be a nice book to read. It's just a lovely story about different women and their gardens. And then this is a beautiful book, Hippocrene Color Guides, Garden Flowers in Color. It's a little red book. And it is from... Let's see. It was printed in Holland, 1959. It's not surprising to me that it was printed in Holland. There's something about, honestly, books from like places like Holland, Sweden, I mean Germany too. Like, it's just the illustrations are vibrant and beautiful. Like the printing that has gone on at that time, it's just unreal how pretty they are. They're my favorite books to find, really, is this kind of a book. And then I got all these doilies. So after a huge dry spell of doilies, these ones aren't old at all, and they're fabric, but I liked the unusual shape of them, and I want to dye them. So they're not old. See, they've got these like labels on them. I don't know if they were thrift store labels or if they were manufacturing labels. I'm guessing manufacturing. But yeah, I'm going to dye them because I think they're really pretty. And they have a nice shape to them. And then these ones, I got them because, like, these are all, like, newer and, like, obviously produced, you know, in Asia for, you know, a craft market, you know. So these are cotton. They're made in China. They're, like, you know, not hand crocheted or anything. They're probably machine crochet. And, yeah, I just like the color. It's, like, a deep teal. And then there's this kind of green, like a pea, not pea, but, like a Loden green. Can you tell I'm a dyer? Because I know all the weird names of the colors. Yeah. And then like a celadon blue, and then a more navy, or like, you know, like a ship nautical kind of blue. Okay, and then the last bag here. Okay, these ones are also made in China. They're the same kind of thing. They're Bountiful, Utah. I don't know if they sold them in Utah or something, but these I thought were kind of nice. Like, they're very cool. Thin and fine, and like different patterns than I've seen before. And they're like, they're fabric with very fine little connections. Yeah, like a more modern kind of doily, but I thought they were nice. I really like this one. Some of these are just very pretty patterns of lace. So anyhow, those are going to get dyed, definitely. Not the colored ones, but these ones. So let me move my stash here things, and then I'll show you the last of what I got, which is just another, oops. Sorry, I knocked my tape over. Just another bag of books. So I actually donated a bunch of books this past week. And I have a little gap that I can fill in. You know, because as soon as you get rid of something, you need to replace it with more. Like, what would life be, right? Without keeping your clutter cluttered. No. No, I don't have clutter. I have bookshelves. So I do keep all my books on those shelves. That's my rule for myself, is once the shelves are full, we got to crack to it and get things out. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just want to set this aside because my desk is a little bit smaller today. I've got first of all, you have to see my gigantic, this is like a jug, my giant water bottle that I got while I was in the United States. So I had to pick that up because I often spend like the whole day downstairs in my studio, almost, because like I work down here too. So like I have a full-time, you know, job, and I work at home, and so like I hate having to run upstairs a million times and get water. So I found this book called Megan and the Weather Witch, 2 stories. I just liked the theme of it. This sounds cool. This author looks cool. I just noticed these guys. What a creepy photo. Alan Morgan's been bats for years. Whichever way he looks at it, sometimes he's skinny, but mostly he's not, and he tends to see things backwards a lot. He lives in Toronto with his wife Leslie and his son Timothy Merlin. This is his 20th book for children. And then the author, I guess, is he the author? Yes, he's the author. She's the illustrator. Vladyana spent many hours sketching the statues around Queen's Park in Toronto and discovered the beauty of the place. You may want to go yourself sometime and see all the statues too. And if you visit on that special night, you might never see her there. You never know. You might even see her there, sorry. What an interesting, cool book. So they're local authors. That's nice. Yeah, I just thought the book looked lovely. I wanted to read it probably with my kiddos. Okay. A few children's books. Cat Magic by Loris Lazinski. Then this one is from 1998, and she has a cat. I love author photos sometimes when people put like their personality in them. So this looks like a cute book to me. I was like, okay, this one's a little different. A couple witchy books, which is nice. The Party That Grew by Molly Brett. Look at this Cookie Monster. Oh my gosh, Colin. That can come off. How cute. The Medici Society, London, 1976. Beautiful illustrations. Sweet birds. And then I found a gem book, Dance Club Magic. This will go into my pile of things that I'm collecting for my retro 80s, 90s kind of journals that I'm going to be making. And this one, as you know, I'm a yarn spinner if you've been here for a while, so it intrigued me. It's Elwood H. Smith, A Ball of Yarns, and it's 1977, and it's got some cute illustrations in it, and it's like, I think the yarns are stories, so here's one I'll read you. Sixth yarn. The Queen loved baked slugs. She could not enter a restaurant without crying, 24 baked slugs with mustard greens and pepper, please. During the Boring War, however, baked slug was impossible to get. The Queen went into a decline and would have perished but for her loyal cook, who managed to locate an occasional shell-shocked snail willing to join the Queen for supper. So yeah, kind of an interesting book. So I found this book and I'm really excited about it because it's for the project that I'm working on right now, which at some point I should share with you. I won't right now because it will make this video even longer. But it's the TV book. It's so cool. And I'm like, if you're a fan of like retro TV, retro movies, that's what I'm working on right now. And there are so many things in here that I'm like, oh, yes. So yeah, cool stuff. I'm just going to actually set this book right over here with my project that I'm working on because it will come in handy. And then I found the Pocket Guide to Wildflowers of North America by Pamela Forey. This one is not super old. It's from 1998. And it's just got these little, this is a different kind of a field guide, but I do like these little informational type cards. I do find them very nice in nature journals. And then a book I thought was fascinating that I want to read called The Medusa and the Snail, More Notes of a Biology Watcher by Lewis Thomas. So this one isn't really for journaling, but it's a fascinating book, I think. 1979. It's all just text, but I tend to collect these kind of nature essay type books, or like, so I mean, it sounds really interesting. The Medusa is a tiny jellyfish that lives on the ventral surface of a sea slug found in the Bay of Naples. These two organisms depend on each other for survival. The thought of these two creatures gives me an odd feeling, Dr. Thomas writes. They do not remind me of anything, really. They are bizarre, that's it, unique, and at the same time like a vaguely remembered dream. They remind me of the whole earth at once. So yeah, Notes of a Biology Watcher. It just sounds like a really up my alley kind of book. And this one, The Concise Illustrated Book of Roses by Beatrix Hamilton, is from 1965, and it's very pretty. It's just got these little, so we get an illustration and a photograph on each page of different roses. So it's pretty perfect. If you like illustrations, if you like photographs, it's both. And this big book, Secrets of the Gnomes. I was very happy to find another Rian Portlet gnome book. I am always happy to bring these home. I hoard them. I've been hoarding them anyways. I never used to, but now I do. This one is What's the date of this one? 1981. Okay, so this is a gnome book, The Secret of the Gnomes. If you ever see any books by Rien Portfliet, his first name is R-I-E-N, and his last name is P-O-O-R-T-V-L-I-E-T. Here it is here. 81, Rien Portfliet. Okay, so some of the books are titled under Will Huygen. This one is, and anything you see ever that's illustrated by Mr. Portfliet, buy it, because you'll not be disappointed. He's a wonderful illustrator, and he's got a humor about him, and also I think he captures details in nature like no one else, and like really just a fantastical kind of mindset that he can put together very magical images and stories. And yeah, so I love these gnome books. I did a whole series of gnome books. If you're ever looking for gnome journal videos, you can just search on my channel for gnomes or gnome and you will find them. I did a whole collection of them pretty early in my journal making days. This is The Seasons by Lewis Lawrence. Pretty book, lovely cover, great journal cover. Has these nice like brown kind of pages in it. 1981. Interesting, there's a $25 price tag inside here. So today, all of my books that I got were $1 or less. Because one of the stores that I went to, all the books are $1, and the other one was having like some kind of a, I don't know, like a clear out. And then also our library, the books were 75 cents. So look at this amazing text in here. So this is like really pretty images, like those that look like kind of vintage postcards, and then just verses. So this is in the sunshine, live in the sunshine, the skylark, live in the sunshine, the skylark is singing, giving a voice to the glad summer day. Out of the azure his clear notes are ringing. Live in the sunshine and sing while you may. So yeah, beautiful things like clover and daisy moons high in the meadows breathe the same secret of living aright, living their bright heads afar from the shadows, live in the sunshine and grow in the light. This is Mary Rouse Jarvis. So yeah, it's just poetry and amazing like images. What a beautiful book. Okay, and this one is such a score. Island, Diary of a Year on Eastdale by Garth and Vicky Waite. These are the books that make me very, very excited. Nature notebooks, oh, they just take your breath away. They're just, you know, the same feeling you get when you see Edith Holden. So this is 1985. And there they are. They're so cute. They just look like a little English couple. What's this? Oh, this is an Alfred Sung. Remember these perfume? You know, you rub your wrist on this old gluey perfume thing. It's so funny. Okay, let's get into this beauty. And it's, you know, it's very much like Edith Holden. December, like it's, you know, they've made a yearly like nature notebook journal. Look at that. I don't think I can cut this one. I think this will have to go in my collection if I don't already have it in my library, because this is just too much. Too beautiful. What do you, tell me, leave me a comment. You know, if you thrift for books for your journals, what are your untouchables? These are mine. Like if I have it already, you know, like I've got a few of these. I've got all the original Edith Holden in my library that will never get cut. And if I have this, I will allow myself to cut it up. If I don't, no way. It's just going in the library. I have to at least read it. And then I found this book. So this is called Memoirs of Wool. By John Smith, or Wool and. I have volume 1 already. So I bought this last year, and it was a set of 2, and I only bought 1, and I left the other one behind, and then I was like, why did I do that? Like, what is wrong with me? 1747. So this isn't It's the first edition. This is the 1969 one. But like, I just love these books because I feel like I just really want to make sort of a couple of beautiful maybe knitting journals or like wool kind of journals with these. So the other one looks exactly the same, and now I have both and I can stop dreaming about this one. It was still in the little shop that I went to a year later. How funny. Then I found Captain Kangaroo, Stories to Read Aloud, and this makes me so happy. Oh my gosh, I love Captain Kangaroo. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this book immediately. I'm just kind of like, Kingston, Ontario, that's not too far from my hometown. 1958. And this looks so cute to me. Comic epitaphs from the very best old graveyards, gathered and published by the Peter Popper Press. Cute, cute book, right? Cover, love it. H.S. Little John. That's my cousin's nickname because he's a John who was born to a John. 1957. And yeah, so it's just funny, like epitaphs, right? Talked to death by friends. I'm safe in saying she's gone up higher. Nary a devil would want Maria. So it's like things that could go on a headstone. He called Bill Smith a liar. Stranger rejoice, this tomb holds Arabella Young, who on May 5th, 1837 began to hold her tongue. And then a few cute children's books. So this one is a Bonnie book, The Elephant's Dilemma. Oh, look how much children's writing we have and all this tearing. This was loved. This book was loved. It doesn't have a date. It probably was torn out is my guess. I don't know. Oh no, it does. 1946. The Elephant's Dilemma. So cute. Yep. And then this one is a Bonnie story and puzzle book, MacDonald's Farm, with a jigsaw puzzle. Old MacDonald's Farm. 1951. Cute illustrations. And then a wonder book, The Helpful Friends. I always love wonder books. They're so cute. This one's 1955. Oh, these little squirrelies. They're so sweet. Porcupine. Oh, an owl. Okay. Sorry, just one second. I gotta lift this bag up. There's just like a couple heavy ones in here because I'm incorrigible. Oh, I'm in trouble. I picked up this Birds of the Northern Forest. So I have, this is a 2-book collection. I just got one today. What's this? Just a plain piece of paper. Okay, it looks like someone tore the the front page out. But yeah, this is a beautiful book. If you ever see these books, they're big, but they're gorgeous. I love grabbing them because they're just pretty. I've used a lot of my existing copy of this already. I've done a lot of things with it. This is the kind of book I will break it down to just what I want to keep because, like, it's hard to keep these huge books. Like, so I'm just going to take the book plates and stuff out. So if you ever wonder, like, how does she, you know, keep all these books? Well, I do a lot of breaking things down and just keeping the nice parts. Then I found this Metropolitan Flowers. Really pretty book. I was thinking maybe of making like a journal with this, like a lap book style journal maybe. About like a lady botanist or something. Could be kind of fun. 1982. And it's just beautiful, like art. And, you know, kind of botanica and art. Flowers and art. Lots of loveliness in this book. I also love the end papers and the cover. It really drew me to it. These like irises. Okay. And I think we only have one more. Yeah, one more. This one looks really cool. It's called Duck Stamps. And it's giving me an idea. Art in the Service of Conservation, featuring the work of Robert Bateman, Robert Steiner, Maynard Reese, and others. Oh, this is a bonus inside this book. I don't know. Sometimes I just like things end up in my book sometimes. Birds We Know. This is old. I feel like this is a better score than the book. That's funny. It was in there. I don't see a date on it, but look at these lovely old images. Cardinal, bobolink, blue jay and Baltimore oriole, barn swallow, bluebird. I'm guessing it's not complete. It's probably like a partial. It's so cute. Okay. Anyways, Duck Stamps. It's copyright Dragon's World, 1989. Dragon's World. The Federal Duck Stamps. So I guess this is like ducks in the stamp world, and there's a stamp and just tons of beautiful duck images. And I'm like, I really like it. I think it's pretty. Oh, hello, snapping turtle. Yeah. But yeah, see, stamp and like an image of ducks. Lots of cool pages. What does this book look like? The front of it. Let's see. Oh, it's just a big brown book. Okay. So that's my thrift haul for today. A lot of books. But I'm happy with it. I think I can use a lot of these. This would be good for this upcoming season. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is Thrifty Thursday and Thrifty Canucks, and you can find links to both of those challenges down below in my description box. And I will talk to you again very soon. Have a good day, and bye for now.